Yo, what up, family? As you can see, I have the new tires and the wheels in the back of the truck. I'm en route now to get them mounted. Let's go. Yeah, what up, family? So, in the beginning of the video, I was taking the tires to get mounted on the wheels. The plan was to then, that evening, mount the wheels on the car. Based off how the tires fit on the rims, because it's very difficult to assume or guess how the tires are going to fit on the wheels, because as you know, the different tire makers make their tires different. Some are sit fatter than others, right? But in order to decide what I was going to need to do to the car to get it to fit, I had to see the wheel after the tire is mounted. Okay, and I knew that there was going to be some clearancing that I needed to do. Check this out. All I'm doing, jack the rear of the car up, pull the rear wheels off, roll the fenders slightly so we can clear. Oh. This really doesn't need that much clearancing. If you look at the tire, you don't even see much markings on the tire from it rubbing. So it's just barely touching right here on the side. Okay, so I started out rolling the quarter with this. Come to find out, the angle wasn't correct to make contact with the quarter all the way across. In the little bit that you saw, that's as far as it made contact. Normally when I'm doing this, I would prefer for the quarter to be in the middle. That way I can adjust it up or down. As you could see, it was hitting right on the edge. The other problem I ran into is, as I was working through that, by the time I came back to the camera, it wasn't recording. So, I know I didn't get a chance to record most of what I was doing, but I'll explain it to you. So, this piece of wood here is what I went to. As you can see, it has a rounded edge. And basically all I did was jack the car up, put the wood in there. As you can see, it can get in there. Hold on, let me make sure the angle is correct. As you can see, I can get the wood in there. Basically all I did was I started here and moved. I started here, press down like that to get it to pry up, and then just systematically move down, move down, move down. All right, so it's getting dark and my dogs are going crazy. So let's just cut to the test drive. All right, so as you can see, it's even darker. But there is a, first, before I left the subdivision, I tested it by doing 360 in both directions in one of the cul-de-sacs, right? But now there's a, you can only go so fast in a cul-de-sac, you know what I mean, going around in a circle. But there's a roundabout in close proximity, so I'm going to go around that roundabout a couple of times and see if we hear anything. If you remember earlier, you heard, if you remember earlier, you heard some rubbing with me just going over a couple of bumps. But right now I'm going around in circles and we hear nothing. So I knew going into it that there wasn't much. So I knew going into it that there wasn't much clearancing that needed to happen. But still, I want to test and make sure everything is good.